Galnet News Update, 5th of June 3311. Brewer Corporation has introduced new ways to make your Trailblazers colony work the way you want it. And for the first time they've spelled out how you can get the station services you want. The station services are a commodities market, a shipyard, outfitting, universal cartographics, Vista genomics, a black market, a crew lounge, and pioneer supplies. You can have them all if you follow these extremely simple rules. If you want to have a commodities market, the simplest way is to have a Tier 2 or Tier 3 port. They all have commodities markets, as do settlements, and commercial, industrial and civilian outposts. The only tricky bit is if you have a criminal, scientific or military outpost. If you want one of them to have a commodities market, you either need to have a comms installation or a relay station at the same planet, or a tourist installation or outpost hub anywhere in the system. If you'd like a shipyard, your system's tech level needs to be 35. That means you'll need to have been adding up all those blue chevrons and subtracting the red ones. Or you could build a Tier 2 or Tier 3 port. When you build one of them, the system gets elevated to tech level 35 immediately. There is another sort of planetary port, the little ones. These are classified as Tier 1 and they don't automatically get a shipyard. In addition to the 35 tech level points, your Tier 1 planetary port will need either a high-tech hub on the same planet or a military installation or an industrial hub anywhere in the system. If you have an orbital outpost, you can't have a shipyard, even though some of them have ship showrooms. It's just not fair, is it? What about outfitting? This also requires a tech level of 35 and it's also automatically provided at Tier 2 and Tier 3 ports. Military outposts get outfitting, as do Tier 1 industrial planetary ports. Non-military outposts and Tier 1 planetary ports can still have outfitting, but they need one or other of an industrial hub on the same planet or a high-tech hub built anywhere in the system. This is easy, isn't it? How about universal cartographics? You get to sell exploration data by default at Tier 3 ports and scientific outposts and at research biosettlements. Yes, those workers in funny protective suits will buy your system surveys for cash. If you have a Tier 1 or Tier 2 port, which includes Coriolis starports and asteroid bases, you only get universal cartographics if you have a local, which means same planet, satellite installation, comms installation or relay station, or if you have a scientific installation or exploration hub built anywhere in the system. For Vista genomics, that's the people who are really interested in alien plant life, you get them automatically in Tier 3 ports. If you want Vista in a Tier 1 or Tier 2 port, you'll need either a satellite installation, comms installation or relay station at the same planet, or a medical installation or scientific hub anywhere in the system. Why a medical installation? Perhaps they use herbal remedies. You get a black market, allegedly, only if you have a pirate outpost or your port has a local pirate installation. We are sure that in the past we managed to get a black market by having very low system security, but perhaps that's changed. Do you really want a crew lounge? Really? They'll always be present in Tier 2 and Tier 3 ports and in criminal and civilian outposts and Tier 1 civilian planetary ports. If you're desperate to have them in any other sort of Tier 1 port, build a bar installation in the system. That'll get them clustering round to take a portion of your earnings. Pioneer supplies is very nearly universal. You get them in Tier 1, Tier 2 and Tier 3 ports, including all outposts and planetary ports. You can't have a Pioneer supplies in settlements. But it doesn't sound like you're going to be short of options for suits and weapons anyway. Not everyone will be a winner. Those cannon chaining systems that exist only as stepping stones to somewhere else and contain a solitary and neglected scientific outpost are very unlikely to have a worthwhile commodity market in future. Perhaps this change will limit Cannon's excessive exports of bio-waste to the rest of the galactic community. In related news, station interiors have had a bit of a spruce up. They'll in future signal more clearly the economy of the station. Extraction and refinery stations will have lots of yellow machinery. Agricultural stations will be full of those upside-down green planting trays. Industry is blue, and there's just a chance that if you have a really top-notch tourist economy that you might get palm trees, simulated running water, and silver statues in the concourse. In other news, Prime Minister Edmund Mahon has convincingly won the argument for better trade partnerships within his part of Alliance Space. Councillor Nakatu Kane made an error early on in the initiative, offering lesser rewards than the frontrunner Mahon, which seems to have encouraged uncommitted pilots to side with Mahon. By the time she offered 2 sets of power distributors as a reward, the contest was already effectively over. There are rumours that many of those backing Kane may have been secretly working to reinforce the Winiyama system rather than attempting to compete with the Prime Minister. The rewards for those participating can be collected immediately. Finally, the Pilots Federation has strongly denied rumours that it's planning to release an Arthur Tolmie-themed set of starport paint jobs. It is then unclear where these images came from.